All right, let's 3, 2, 1. All right. For those that didn't know, I have spent the past 10 years, more or less, traveling back and forth across the big ocean, spent time between Morocco, Spain, and the States. I will have spent like 7 years overseas. But now, we're just hitting the 180 button, and we're going back to the States, which means new job, new house, new car, new everything, except for the boxes that we have in the attic. So it is going to be knock your socks off adventure, and a bit terrified. But that's part of the announcement, because this channel will change with that. So right now, if you look at the back videos, you're going to see Spanish this, village that, food this, etc., etc., etc. And that'll continue up until we go back to the States. And that'll be like in the first half of next year sometime. And then you're going to see stuff start to change, like, hey, welcome to Dover, Delaware, or wherever we end up. It'll probably be Delaware, somewhere around Dover. But and it's not going to seem amazing to you. But for me, I'm just floored that I'll get to do this. So it will basically be taking the skills that I have learned overseas as far as how to acclimate to this or to that, and applying them to getting to know my own hometown. But more than that, it's going to be showing my kids where I grew up, and that blows my mind. So it's stuff I don't realize, I don't think about with having a child grow up overseas or in Spain, especially in a city. I had to explain to the man, the kid is 3 years old, and I had to explain to him what a roasted marshmallow was. And it just kind of, that hits you in the gut. The kid should know what a roasted marshmallow is. And then I had to explain what a yard is, and he can go out and play in the yard, and there are people that have their own swing sets. It's like basically their own park in their backyard. And so he's going to be a little bit blown away. Walk through the woods with him. I'm really excited to have that. And a bonfire. Bonfires are legit. But he has no idea. He has no idea what a bonfire is like. Sitting around, playing with fire, getting burnt, smelling like smoke, roasting hot dogs, none of that. Friends and family is going to be a big one as well. What's it going to be like with Luke going to these huge family get-togethers and having to teach him more table manners and who's this and who's that, and even the concept of hanging out with people that are your family. He has no idea. Grandma and grandpa, cousin this, cousin that. He knows of them. He talks to them on the phone, but that's going to be quite a thing for him. And what's more is somebody that you don't have to feel guilty about sending your kids over there twice a week. You know, hey, can you babysit? We're going to go on a date. We're going to go shopping for this or that. You know, my daughter, Caroline, has never been to the States. She's got her blue passport, an American citizen, but she's never been there. She's met my mother and my sister, and that's it. Yeah, I know that's going to be special for me with Caroline. And I will try my best not to cry once we get through customs. Probably do some cheesy like, welcome home, blah, blah, blah. The worst part about going back to the States is you have these cinematic experiences, like, I'm going to go to the States, and when I get back, I'm going to kiss the ground, right? But when you get back to the States, the first ground you walk on is, if you don't count the building, is like asphalt, concrete. It's the street. And there's just something a lot less epic about finding the nearest median and kissing the ground there. But nor does it seem the same to just kiss the cement. It's not the same thing. So there's not as much of the cinematic return that you would hope for. The best thing I have found as far as the whole I am home now kind of thing is to, on the way home, stop at a restaurant and get your meal and a root beer. So I went back last February and we went to Arby's and got a number 1, which was like the brisket and just this massive oversized root beer. And that was a kiss the ground, I am home moment. Because I didn't know that sandwich existed. And the guy that picked me up, who is just an absolute gem, he got the number 1. I didn't know what I was getting. So I was like, all right, I'll get the number 1. I got it. Oh! So that's probably what we'll do as far as a kiss the ground moment. I don't know if Luke remembers what root beer tastes like. He's had the fake packages. So then I'll probably get him a root beer, and Caroline will taste it as well. And that'll be my whole welcome home thing, I think. Okay, I'll probably do that. And then maybe a Reese's peanut butter cup. We can also do that at a gas station, get like a root beer and Reese's peanut butter cups. They've had those, they know what those are like. I don't think it'll be too different, but we'll see. You have this thing that freezes in time, and that's what you expect to go back to, and it's different, and you have to adjust. And it's a bit of a ticker. It's really odd, the things that trigger those emotions, I guess. Another thing that's weird is that you're going back to a group of people that, well, in my case, that I know they're like family. Church and school, you grew up with these people. The problem is I started traveling 10 years ago, and there wasn't a lot of updates to my perspective of who these people were. So a lot of my memories are frozen at like coming out of high school with a few updates for a few people. But the people that I haven't seen since high school, all of my memories and points of reference for that relationship is stuck there. And it's a little bit like a school reunion, except that they are now part of your permanent existence again. So it's not like you have one awkward evening and then you leave, but you have to figure out how to come into step with them in this case, a church relationship. And so you have all these memories of all the stupid things I did in high school and in those early years. And it's just, they probably don't remember. Hopefully they don't remember. Oh, I hope they don't remember. They definitely remember. But at this point, I have no idea where we're going to live, where I'm going to work, what car we're going to drive, what health insurance we're going to use, what cell phone company we're going to be with. It's just so much stuff. It's just brand new. It's not all completely hopeless. Like, we have feelers out on most of the branches that we don't know. So we have, I think we know what cell phone. I'm talking to people about a job. Don't have any idea about a car yet. And housing is a little bit up in the air as well, but there are options. It's very much that we have decided to disembark off this boat, and we don't know what other boat we're going to be jumping on. So that'll be fun, interesting. It's been a crazy 10 years. I've got a basic understanding of Spanish, a basic understanding of Moroccan Arabic, and I suppose there will be places to use that. Then you have the whole, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to keep up my Spanish, but we'll have to see how that goes. My plan at this point is movies and books and whatnot. I thought about using my Spanish and helping other people that have moved to the States, in this case, and are trying to acclimate to the States and learning culture and language, and kind of taking the tips that I have learned, doing it once in Morocco and then once in Spain, and kind of helping them out. But we'll see. Because, man, the life of a foreigner is not fun at all. So I have a huge empathy, or sympathy, whatever, for those people that do that as well. But we'll see, man. It's gonna be nuts. So yeah, if you feel like coming along on an adventure that is probably fairly average but terrifying for me and might be slightly interesting to you, smash that subscribe button. Make me feel better. Do it.